Hoyoverse is about to force you to make the biggest gamble of your account. Mortenax Blade isn't just a new DPS, he is an active threat to your own team. If you are still relying on traditional healers to survive, version 4.3 is going to leave you completely behind. Welcome back, Trailblazers. Today, we are taking a completely different look at the Mortenax Blade leaks. We already know he's abandoning wind destruction for Fire Nihility, but we need to talk about why and how it fundamentally shatters the current team-building rules. Look closely at his leaked splash art. Behind the blood-stained bandages and the literal fire burning out of his chest, there is a massive, looming silhouette. The lore community is in absolute overdrive because all signs point to this being Shuhu, the Emanator of Abundance. Blade has spent centuries cursed by this exact entity, begging for a death that simply will not come. Now, by stepping onto the path of nihility, he's weaponizing that curse. He's literally burning his own cursed life force to incinerate the enemy. And this lore isn't just for flavor, it is directly hard-coded into the most high-stakes gameplay mechanic Hoyoverse has ever designed. Let's break down the true cost of his suicide to survive kit. When Mortenax enters the field in his sub-DPS state, his HP drain isn't just a minor inconvenience, it is catastrophic. Every time your team takes an action, he rapidly bleeds out. But here's the absolute genius of this design. You want him to die. In the current meta, players are obsessed with zero-cycle clears, running sustainless teams with zero healers to maximize damage. Mortenax Blade is the ultimate enabler for this strategy. If you run a healer like Huohuo or Luocha with him, you're actively griefing your own damage output. You're keeping him trapped in his weaker first form. To unlock his true potential, you have to play a terrifying game of chicken. You strip away your shields, you strip away your healing, and you let him plummet to 0 HP as fast as mathematically possible. Because the second he hits 0, the ultimate payoff triggers. The game intercepts his death, immediately grants him a 100% action advance, and forces him to detonate his ultimate. This vaults him into his main DPS state and deploys the fire field. The moment this zone drops, the battle is effectively over. The chaotic HP drain vanishes. Instead, every single time your team touches an enemy, Mortenax unleashes a relentless barrage of area of effect follow-up attacks. You are trading early game vulnerability for late game absolute annihilation. He becomes an automated turret of fire damage that scales massively off his max HP. It is the definition of high-risk, astronomical reward. But we cannot ignore his path. He is Fire Nihility. While his synergy with Ashvale is already legendary, the theory crafting community is looking at an even darker potential. Because his fire field acts as a massive debuffing zone and his follow-up attacks are incredibly consistent, there is a massive probability he slots flawlessly into DOT setups. Imagine pairing his relentless off-turn fire application with Kafka detonating those burns every single cycle. The damage ceiling is incalculable. Mortenax Blade is forcing us to play dangerously, and that is exactly why he is going to dominate version 4.3. Are you brave enough to run him with 0 sustain? Or is the HP drain too risky for your account? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to stay ahead of the meta, and I will catch you guys in the next one.